Hi friends, I just really want to read. I really want to read. I was watching a YouTube video of, I think Megan Carotti was reading and I just was like, I really want to read. I have about 4 videos I need to edit and I was planning to edit tonight, but I just really want to read, which I love because I think a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I wouldn't have had that desire. But now that I've been reading for about a month or so, I just really want to read. I'm going to do the dice roll, which is what Megan was doing in her video. And so I'm hoping for like 2 hours, not 6, but let's see. Okay, 1. 1 is great. We love 1. I can read for 1 hour. So I'm going to be reading, I think, The Night Shift, which is a book on my NetGalley shelf. And I don't think that I requested this book. Basically, it's about a librarian who works the night shift and I think a guy who plays basketball, and he comes in for like studying and then they fall in love. But I'll be reading this book. I just really want to read, and I kind of want to read on my Kindle again. So it's perfect that this will be on my Kindle. So let's get into it. Okay. The librarian girl, I actually don't even know her name. Maybe they said her name, I don't know. But she says that she's reading a book, and of course, because she's a librarian, but she said she's reading a book and she is hiding the book cover as she tries to pull it out of her backpack because it has a half naked man on the cover. And I feel the same. Like, I'm not gonna be caught reading a book with a half naked man on the cover. Like, those are, even if the book is no spice, I'm not gonna be reading that. So I can relate. Also, why do people do, I don't know. Like, it's odd to me when covers have real people, especially fictional covers have real people on them. Is that not odd to you? It's odd to me. Oh, they just said her name. Her name is Kendall, which I like that name. Okay, chapter 1, it's good. It ends with meeting what I presume is the male of interest, and his name is Vincent. So Kendall and Vincent. Yeah, what's interesting about this book is that it's not like properly formatted. I imagine that the actual book printed will be different, but for the first one, A Heart Worth Finding, that one seemed properly formatted. But this one, it's like the paragraphs aren't indented and stuff. It's interesting, but so far so good. Good morning. It's actually not morning, but I just wanted to say that it is actually afternoon. So good afternoon. I'm 70% of the way through Night Shift, and I will say it's probably going to be 4 stars, which is good. It's been a fun read. I don't know if I'm reading, it feels like I'm reading faster now than the first book of Heart Worth Finding, but this one, yeah, it just feels like I'm reading faster and just flying through. So last night I read for 1 hour and then for 3 hours, so about a total of 4 hours. So probably 2 more hours and I'll be done, but I do want to do a dice roll. I'm hoping for 2. maybe 3, hopefully not 4 or above. But if that happens, then I'll just start a new book. But basically for this book, it's been really good. I enjoy it a lot because the main character, she's a librarian and she reads romance books. And so she just calls out different romance tropes as they're happening in real life, which is just funny. So one of the things is like, her name is Kendall, but one of the things she's like, she doesn't like the miscommunication trope. And then there is miscommunication in her real life. And so she like calls it out in her head as she's seeing it. And then it's just fun. It's cool. Her friend group are cool. Like her friend group is all different people, well, all different personalities with different interests, but they're still friends, which is really sweet. And they all respect each other's, like some of them like to get it's 3 of them. 2 of them like to go out, but she doesn't like to go out, but they all like movies and hanging out with each other. So that's really sweet. And then for the male lead, he is interesting. I will say that it did feel like lust at first sight. So not necessarily love, because they fall in love or they meet within like 5 pages and then it's just, I feel like lust at first sight. I also don't know if I really believe in like love at first sight, because I think it's probably lust. I don't know. But this feels like lust or insta love, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it's been fun. It's also added like some nostalgia from college of like, I studied a lot in the 24-hour libraries. And so she works in a 24-hour library on a college campus. And so that's just fun. Let me check my notes on my Kindle. So my notes and highlights. Oh, I will say that I have just been highlighting everything in this book. Like there's just been so much that I'm like, ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. So I like this author, I will say. At least I like the way she writes. She just describes stuff really well. For example, she says, the timbre of his voice, lowered to a library-appropriate volume, cuts through the quiet and hits me square in the chest. I suppress a shiver. Like, I don't know. I just like that description. I think I like this book a lot because the main character, Kendall, is trying to live her life. So she's a book girly, she's a reader pop, but the main male is like challenging her to not live her life through books, but to actually live her life. I just love that premise. There's a point where it says, oh gosh, let's see. One thing I highlighted, life is far too short to let my shot at feeling like I'm in a romance novel pass me by. So just this general idea of like living life in the now and to the fullest, I'm all about that. I'm all about that. And so I love to see it in a book. I love to see the main character being someone who likes books, and she's just like talking about stuff that, you know, I would talk about with a person in real life. So that's just fun. But I've enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the main character. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it was a little quick at the beginning, but it's been good. It's fun. I enjoy it. I mean, if I want to read a romance novel, I don't want it to be an angst novel and then like romance at the end. I want it to be like, okay, we like each other at the beginning and then. But it does feel a little quick. But I do enjoy it. So anyways, let's roll the dice and see how many hours I'm going to be reading today. Oh, 3. Perfect. So I'll read for 3. The Kindle says I have 1 hour and 35 minutes left, and I'm 70% of the way through. So I don't think it'll take me 1.5 hours. I think it'll probably be closer to 2 hours, but we'll find out. And then I'll start another book for the last hour. So I'm just like, reading is so fun. Reading is so fun. And I love that I like to read and that I'm turning to reading more than turning to like binging a TV show or whatever. So this feels great. Book complete. I would rate it 4 stars for the reasons that I already said earlier, like the nostalgia, the writing, the descriptions of emotions and whatnot. I like the characters. I like the lead girl and her friends. I like the setting. I like that she's a librarian. It was good. It was good 4 stars. I don't remember really laughing out loud at all. And I also don't really remember that many cultural references. But yeah, it was a solid book. Nothing crazy sticks out to me. I will say it is like 3 steam level out of 5. 4 stars, may or may not reread. I think it probably could have ended at about 70% of the way through and then been still probably 4 stars. Everything after that is really just like the angst build up, like lust. So could have done without that. But wow, another book. I'm making my way towards my 31 books for the year. I think this is book number 9 or maybe number 8. So still a long way to go, but getting there. Oh, I also have 1 hour left on my timer. I forgot about that. 1 hour. So this book releases on November 14th. So if you want to pre-order it, I think it's available for pre-order. I don't know. But also I will say that the cover for this book is cute, at least on Goodreads. The paperback cover is cute. The Kindle cover is one of the covers that it's a cover of a book that I would not pick up. It has humans on it, which we don't like that. We don't like that. At least I don't like that. So if I read 1 hour, 3 hour, 2 hours. So this book took me about 5 hours to read. That's pretty quick. Also, I will say that this is my second book on the Kindle and I do like the Kindle more. I think it's fun, it's really portable, all that jazz. Someone gave me a tip in the previous video saying that you can tap someone's name or something in the book, like a word, and then search, and then it'll bring up all the times that that is said in the book, which is really helpful because there was a time where I couldn't remember the main character's roommates, like which one was which, and so I just tapped one of their names and then like searched and went back and I was like, okay, I get it. So that was a really helpful tip. But then also guys, let me know if there's a way to start the book on Goodreads on here. Like if I started on here, I want Goodreads to know I started it. And I want Goodreads to update every time I'm like, I don't know, sync. Like sync should sync to other Kindle stuff, but also to Goodreads. And if they don't do that, come on, Amazon. So anyways, thank you for the tips, especially shout out to Kimberly for the tip about the Kindle and all that. But if you guys have any other tips, I am here for it. I think I like the Kindle more and more open to it. I think it has its place in the reading world. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in keeping up with what I'm reading in real time, you can check me out on Goodreads. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I forgot. I'm just so used to doing the reading challenge type videos. I forgot that I need to finish the dice roll hour. So still have 1 hour left. I'm gonna read Too Wrong to Be Right. Basically, I'm posting these videos out of order. I have like 4 other videos that need to be edited, but I think this one's gonna go up before those. So anyways, I started Too Wrong to Be Right in a previous video. Basically, she and her boyfriend break up in like the first couple pages, and then she makes a list of all the qualities that Mr. Right would have, which is the opposite of what she normally goes after. And then it's basically love triangle. You know, there's a situation where, okay, there's Mr. Right, and then there's also Mr. Wrong, but Mr. Wrong is the one she likes, but Mr. Right is like comfort. So she's like, so should she go with comfortable or should she go with the one that excites her, you know? So that's what this book is about. I don't remember there being any spice at all. Okay, so I have 1 hour left in this. Well, not 1 hour left. I have to read an hour. I need to figure out what page I'm on. Let's check Goodreads. 232. Okay, let's read. Also, this is Nori. Nori, girly. Hi. Oh, Nori.
Yeah, intuition, just wanna follow intuition. All my senses tell me I know what you've been thinking. I've been feeling, what if we got up, left this party? Cause I can see you're probably gonna be scrolling feeds all night long.
How's that page?
The chair broke, so it stopped.
Logistics,
So now
that happens.
now they're laughing.
Now they're laughing. They're like, wow, that went further than we thought. How did this happen? happened?
It's crazy because they just came from a funeral.
Little trauma bonding? Little grief bond?
He works at a funeral home.
I was romantic.
So.
Undertakers.
Well, no, they came from a wake, I guess, basically.
Oh,
but
even better.
But she was like really emotional. That's how he started rubbing her foot.
Caressing her gently. Slowly worked his way up to her inner thigh and then said, I'm
You.
going away. I'm gonna try this out. Let's see. She's vulnerable. This rock.
Can't believe, gotta pinch your cheek to know this isn't fantasy. Right, skip the chit chat, cause that shit cheap. Doesn't matter either way, cause I can hear a thing. Wanna get some air to breathe, cause I can see you falling asleep. Your friends are drunk.
The ring? Yep, there it is.
It's like a weird Waldo. Where will Emmy's ring show up in these videos?